Greetings, I am Sero. This is my Twitch stream, Sero Does Stuff, because Sero does stuff, and screw grammar. Mainly TTRPG stuff, some other stuff, but today we will be doing TTRPG stuff.
Alright, let's get going.
Okay,
I
will hand things over to the creator and also our Birb Wrangler / GM, Bridget. Bridget, please take it away.
Hi. Basically, we are going to be playing a game called Keas Mountain Trolls, and unsurprisingly, all the players are playing as Keas. There isn't really a goal besides mayhem, but we'll go through the setup in a moment. First of all, let's just go around and introduce everybody. Let's start with Darcy.
Kia ora. My name's Darcy, and I'm playing a cute little Keas today. I will be among company, though, so there'll be more cute little Keas. You'll know me because I'll be doing dumb stuff. No, hang on. My Keas is called Manaia, and Manaia is good at wrecking stuff.
Awesome. All right. Now let's go to... switching between the screen and the map. Let's talk to Abby. What have you got for us today?
I'm Abby. I will be playing Suzy K, who is a bit of a brainy bird. Tries to be cute. We'll see how well that works out. Likes puzzles, likes science, and likes to make some chaos.
Nice.
Awesome. All right, Sammy, you're up.
Hey, it's me, Sammy D. And today I am playing as Caribbean, also known as Bean. She is a Keas that is voted most likely to have already started a dare before the terms have been set.
That does sound like a Keas, honestly.
Most likely.
Okay. So there's some stiff competition there. That's something
absolutely.
You've had to work for.
Yeah.
All right, Sero. Oops, sorry.
No, carry on.
Oh, Sero, who are you playing?
I am going to be playing Flapp, whose pronouns are basically it, and Flapp's the resident stoner medicinal use character who will know good things that will get you buzzed and will get you down.
Cool. You're gonna cover the last name because you know that's a thing for me.
Well, I'd originally gone with Flapp Brannigan, but I thought that might make people think that he's too much like Zap Brannigan from Futurama, whereas he's a little bit more mellow.
Yeah, that's fair. Like, the funny things about Zap Brannigan are the consequences of his behaviour, so that's
consequences
fair.
to Kiff. But yeah.
Well, yeah. I don't know, Leela is a pretty serious consequence all on her own, but
doesn't stop him.
No, it doesn't. Okay, so now that we've introduced some characters, we need to decide a few things. So, first of all, sorry, I'm just moving things around. We need to decide where you are. So, we can make up our own, or we can pick from a list. And or even roll, depending on what folks would like to do.
What are the options?
It is the ultimate chaos of fate.
Yeah.
To decide where we are. So that's a nice option.
I'm just looking up my list because I've been editing it so much that it keeps moving around. Okay, so do we want to roll or do we want to... I can read them out and you can choose. You could make up your own or we can just roll.
Let's roll. Go with chaos.
Yeah,
Let's roll.
All right. All right.
Let's see where we end
roll
up.
a 10 for me.
Go, Abby.
I've got one right here. That is a 5.
Okay. You are in a box being taken somewhere.
Ooh.
Now, what brought you all together? Do we want to roll again or decide?
Was it the chaos we were just up to?
I feel like we were
being taken
captured
to the boring
somehow.
place.
Yeah.
So we were at one place before we were in the box.
Mm-hmm.
What could that place be? Maybe that could be a roll.
Oh, if you want to, sure. But how about first we figure out what brought you together, Again,
Okay.
I can read out, or do you just want to roll?
I think we're probably up to mischief.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, all of them
always.
are that
A
obvious.
mischief.
Okay.
Let's
It's about being a bit more
roll.
specific.
What
Can I,
specific
can
sort
I have
of
a number
mischief?
10, please, of the list of Happy Meals?
Yeah.
Okay, number 10. We have a grudge against the same human or group of humans. So that grudge is probably why you're now in
Yeah.
boxes being taken somewhere.
Boy
Makes
Scouts.
sense.
Boy
Now, are
Scouts.
we in one box, or are we all together, like in one box, or are we in separate boxes?
One
You
box.
probably
Would we be allowed to be in one box? Is probably the
not
better
usually,
question.
no. So what I'll say is this: you are in cages. So
Okay. So
and
some
you haven't.
professionals have got us, not
Well,
just your average person who just like gathered us all up, chucked us in a box.
I don't think the average person can catch Kia, to be perfectly honest. But speaking as
Definitely
someone
can
who's been
catch
trying
us.
for 3 weeks to catch a band of rogue chickens, but you're in cages, but these are not the heavy duty, the dock kind of cages, because those ones are made with Kia in mind. They can probably withstand a direct hit from a meteorite. So you're sort of stacked in effectively cat carriers.
Nice.
And you are in something, and it is moving because there's a rumble and some bouncing around and all sorts of things. Now, who do you think this human or group of humans that you've got a grudge against is? What did they do to earn your hatred?
Boy Scouts. Boy Scouts. They're the ones who caught us.
Yeah, actually, they probably. Yep.
Yeah, and cat cages.
Everyone
how?
okay with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Boy Scouts. But where were they? Were they on a camp? Were they? Was it more urban?
I think that they were on a camp, and they were in Kia territory, and they were there to learn about conservation. However, there's
We
been a
got carried away.
long
We got
feud.
carried away.
Mm,
Yeah.
mhm.
Yeah, there's
And
been
then
a
we got
long
carried
feud.
away by them. Yeah.
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 Some things went wrong,
Were they-
mistakes were made.
Were they potentially Kia Scouts and we were trying to take the name back? 'Cause
Oh, there you go.
they're cultural
Yes.
appropriation, maybe.
I
is,
mean,
is one of them on their way to A&E because of
They're just-
capturing us?
2 legs and a uniform. Who knows?
okay, so they're scouts. We'll go with scouts, and they were on a trip to learn about Kia habitat, and about how to help and save Kia. And then they met some actual Kia, and somehow along the line you got captured, and you're being taken somewhere, and that's it really. So what are you doing? We'll start with, as soon as I get back to my map template, which is in another window. Okay, let's start with Flapp. What are you up to?
I play dead. Legs up in the air, everything.
Cool. Yep. Cool. Awesome. All right. Bean, what are you doing?
Is this your first time in? I'm like, this is regular. I'm looking at my cage, trying to figure out if there's a hard way to get out.
Okay. Give
The most
me a
exciting way
brains
to get
roll.
out of the cage.
Oh, brains.
This is gonna go really bad. Oh, that's a 10 to start with.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's a
Nice.
9.
Nice.
Okay. So you realise that these cages were not designed with Kia in mind, and you can tell by the fact that there's not 3 or 4 redundant locks. The screws are plastic and not metal and things like that. So there's about 3 or 4 ways you could get out of this cage, but the most exciting, dramatic one would probably be literally just overpowering the door lock. It's looking a bit fragile.
Yeah.
You could probably just, it would be a lot of energy, and it might go wrong, but you could just,
Might.
like roundhouse
Probably
kick
gonna
that
look
thing.
good though. It'll be a neat
Maybe,
story.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
I
going to
wanna-
look like something.
Amateurs.
Yeah.
Amateur hour here.
Yep.
Get me out of this cage.
All right. So
do
that's
you
going to
need?
be. I feel like that's going to be a bird roll, since you're basically just trying to do
Yeah.
raw strength, unless you
Can I-
want to.
can I let's go this?
Oh, absolutely. I think
Yeah.
that's definitely.
Yeah. That's starting off as a 9 with +3. So.
Wow. Okay,
Oh,
so
well, yes,
that
no.
is a big success. So the door, like what move from the Matrix do you do to just like
Oh,
bash this door off its hinges?
I decide that the door is just that's it. I'm going through. I turn around and I run around the inside of the cage, and just plant head first into the thing, wings spreading as I come out.
Okay, so the cage door just flies off and it like hits the side of this weird moving container thing that you're in, and you're familiar, and Bean is familiar with these. This is a vehicle. Humans
Yeah.
use it when when they need to get around because the poor things don't have wings. Ugh, so primitive. Anyway, and you emerge, as you say, like wings spread wide. There's like a chorus in the background, and
Slow
no one's
motion, doves
looking.
fly past. Things
Yeah,
fly away.
and then there's just a pause because no one was watching. That's not cool. But the truck does go over, or the vehicle does go over some kind of a bump, which sort of throws all the cages up. They were strapped in, but not super well strapped in because it's not something people normally have to do. And so you go up, and so all the other cages do as well. And I'll get everybody who isn't in a cage, rather, to roll. If you roll 7 or above, your cage breaks open. If you roll 6 or below, you're kind of stuck in it still.
Yeah, no, I rolled a 2.
Ah,
5.
5.
5.
8.
Eight.
Okay.
So the dead bird's out.
Yeah.
Miraculously.
Still playing dead? Because that would be fun.
Yeah, I think
So
he's a bit slow on the uptake.
So your cage just sort of like bounces and kind of like falls out of the straps, and it lands upside down. The door swings open, and you're still playing dead. There's just There's some commitment here.
That weekend at Flappy's.
Yeah, and I think it'll take a moment for me to work out what's going on, and I'll go from my lying on back with feet up in air to just kind of roll to the side. And then when I think no one's looking, I keep rolling again. And then again. Till I'm all the way back up with the feet and hopefully outside of the cage.
Yep.
Just doing that awkward thing where the camera shifts and you can just see me standing there watching.
Yep.
You see your feet, and then that goes up to your head, and you're like,
Awkward
So have
silence.
you ever taken one of these things apart from the inside?
No, man.
I'm one to.
We're gonna need a team.
And if you can find them, you can hire the K team. Only people of a certain age and above will get that. Okay, so
I pity the fool.
KEA team.
yep, I like it.
Mr. K.
All right, so Manaia and Suzy K, you are still in your cages, but now that you have, hey, I'm old too. I just saw it was in the chat. But you now have 2 freakier who can probably help you.
You're
if they
gonna
want
sleep
to.
all day?
What?
Oh no, you're gonna sleep all day. I can tell. You want out of this place, or are you gonna go with them?
No, get me out of here. I will already be trying to find a latch to try and get it open from the inside.
Yep, and what's Manaia doing?
Well, Manaia has really been enjoying this, especially that bump, because Manaia's favorite thing in the world is auto wrecking. I wreck autos. It's what I do. It's a passion. It's a life. I haven't been around long, but one day I hope to have a yard full of autos that I've wrecked. Not to give away or anything, not for parts, just for myself. So I'm just listening to the engine and wondering, looking around and trying to work out what kind of auto I'm in, because I just love them. And
Okay,
I just
so,
want to wreck this one.
Roll brains for me.
Oh, okay.
Isn't it your special skill? Can't we give him a
Brains
+2?
are only
Yep.
Oh,
Well, it's +1.
okay. +1. Yep. So that's 1 + 1. There is.
Oh, bless.
I have no brains to speak of,
Yep.
but
You
two.
are clearly in a helicopter.
Oh, I've always wanted one.
Yeah, absolutely clearly in a helicopter.
Let me at it. Oh, it was that bump, right?
Yeah, totally.
Air turbulence.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. Okay. And is anyone going to help
Yeah.
Suzy K out, or is Suzy K
I'll-
just going to do
I'll
this
be
on
pulling
their
out
own?
the cage with Suzy K.
Yeah, I'm going to say this is one of those things like you're Kia. It's not going to take
Yeah.
that long.
This is-
There is a certain amount of competence assumed. You're smarter than most human children, and you have you have a weapon on your face. You're fine. So you're all out, and this
My
bumpy
pretty
ride.
smile.
So you're
Well,
all out.
actually, I believe that someone is still in their cage, just listening to their
That's
parrot helicopter.
Oh,
Totally
yes, that's
it,
true.
it makes
That's a good
sense
point.
because
Yeah.
we are the KEA team. It have to be a helicopter.
Absolutely.
Have we got a Magnum Pie?
Wow.
No, but what we didn't do was pick some goals.
Oh,
Since you are, happy where you are for the moment at least, we will pick some goals. Now, we probably want about 3 for a group this size, and you can make up your own, or you can pick from the list, or you can roll. I think 1 could have been escape. You've already dealt with
Yeah.
most of that.
Well, there's vengeance.
That is
Against
true.
those who
That's a
fall.
unified goal. Yeah,
Yeah.
vengeance. We will have those toggles.
All right, so
It's a toggle, right? And you got the scarf and the toggle. Yeah.
I have no idea, but vengeance.
I
is
was a Boy
fantastic
Scout,
goal.
so
So do we want to roll for some more goals, or do we want to just pick them?
let's roll for him.
Yeah.
Alrighty, someone roll me a d10, please.
oh, Sero, you haven't done anything.
I have a 7.
Yeah. And roly-polies. It was great. I watched.
Okay, cool. Win. Defeat a rival or enemy, socially or otherwise. Cheating is encouraged.
Yep, sounds good.
Makes sense
Cool.
for our situation.
Yep. So who do you think your rival is? Because we've already got vengeance on the scouts.
Oh, so the rival can't be the scout because that's like
It could
they're
be.
just- but are they rival for our territory or do we pick a new rival?
Oh, what?
Well,
Well,
do you
what
think your
about
rival would be a Kia, like another group of Kia, maybe, or another
Kidderoo
animal
or
that-
Tui?
Yeah.
Because they're after our food. Well,
Yeah.
I guess not after our food. We have different food, don't we?
Yeah.
it could be a territorial thing. It could be an attention thing. It could be all sorts of things.
Yeah, how about that? There've been some birds who have been claiming that they're cuter than us.
Oh, fucking
and that they're
pigeons!
smarter than
Definitely.
us.
Fucking
Pigeons.
pigeons!
Pigeons.
Yeah.
Those.
All right.
wait, hang on.
City
I
dwellers.
may or may not have a star-crossed romance with one of the Kiruru, though.
I mean, that's all right. It wouldn't be the
Yeah.
first time, and I
Would
mean,
be,
at
yeah.
least, I mean, it was a bald eagle last time. So honestly, get it was fine.
Hey, whatever catches the eye.
The heart
Because
wants
it's
what a heart
village.
wants.
Yeah,
Shiny.
absolutely.
Okay, so we have a rival in the local Kereru, which makes sense because like they've got the really fluffy kind of the fluffy vibe going on, and they just basically sit around all day and eat, and occasionally get sozzled when there's too much fruit, and then then they get like free hangover treatment, and they just leave, and then they just go back, and that's not fair.
Boggles.
They were even bird of the year one year, weren't they?
Boggles.
Oh, despicable.
Yeah, native pigeon with
Curse
colours.
you, Kiruru.
All right, so we want vengeance on the scouts, who, by the way, fed the Kereru, but not you.
I reckon that the Kiruru are the ones that trapped us. I don't think those scouts would have been clever enough.
They were working in cahoots.
They
Maybe.
were working.
They were the
They, were,
brains.
they wanted the food all for themselves, and they're probably just a little upset that we've left in cages with the Boy Scouts that were. Actually, there could be Girl Scouts too. I don't know. Could be
I'm just going with
scouts.
generic scouts. I
Yeah,
feel
just
like
scouts.
Kia don't really care
Oh.
too much.
I don't think they do.
Two
Alright.
legs,
As long as
Children
yep,
are
not
children.
flying.
Cool.
yeah, just
All right.
as
So
long as
someone
there's
roll
sugar and
a d10 for me, please.
chips. Oh, okay.
Yes, you.
Okay, I should not roll again.
Is it a one?
2. It was a
Oh,
2.
it's a two.
Okay.
It's better
Party.
than a 1.
Throw an awesome party and get other Kia to join in.
Oh, well, that's pretty cool.
It's our victory party. Yeah.
That
Yeah,
sounds
yeah,
like
yeah,
the
yeah.
end scene, right? And everyone dances.
Okay, so you need to
Vengeance, revengeance, and dancing.
yeah,
Nice.
Vengeance, revenge, and dancing. Oh, vengeance,
I like it.
comeuppance.
So yeah,
They shall have
as
the
you
comeuppance.
are driving. Oh, sorry, everyone's ready to go. Okay, so those are our goals. Now you are, apart from one out of the cage, though you know you can easily let this slightly distracted Kia out of the cage if you choose. At this point, yeah, you're three. Most of you are out. The cage is not going to stop you.
It's trivial.
It's just a matter of time.
That's a
really.
detail.
Yeah.
Oh, and just a reminder, just a reminder to anyone in the audience, we are supporting Bird Rescue Whanganui today. They are an amazing group who take in natives, non-natives, and do so much work. So, yep, and donations can also help you mess with the players and possibly me. So, you know, if you want to get involved, it's for a great cause. Right, now you are in the back of something. It's a vehicle of some kind because you can hear it moving. There's bumping, you know, that sort of thing. It's kind of like, as you sort of look around, it's basically a metal and plastic box. There are a couple of windows. There is there's some things on the floor around you, like obviously there's the straps that were holding the cages down. And then there's, you know, just some interesting bags, you know, the kind of like the backpack kind. And there is, you know, a couple of sets of gumboots, you know, and miscellaneous tools, that sort of thing. What do we want to do?
I'm going to start putting holes in all the gumboots that they won't see.
Okay,
And the foot part, of course.
Just, yeah. And just below the ankle, so when they think, oh yeah, we'll be good,
yeah,
these gumboots are fine. Yeah, it goes right in.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, and also like incredibly vindictive. I have a pair of gumboots like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so all right. So Bean is on basically gumboot puncturing duty. Does anyone else want to do something?
Have I been let out of the cage? Or am I
If you
still in
want
the
to be.
Yeah.
I just didn't have the brain power, but
We've
I'm
opened
enjoying
it,
the
but it's
helicopter
up to
ride.
you to come out. You're
Have you
welcome in this
noticed,
community,
basically?
yeah.
I'm actually thinking that because of the type of cage I'm in, I could probably just like pick it up with my beak and walk around inside the cage and just like have the cage around me. And I'm just walking around like, well, they gave me this new thing.
Yep.
It's quite cool. I can pick it up and I can walk around in it.
Yep.
This,
I mean,
this probably is going to make things difficult, but it's entertaining. And I'm going to look at these tools, which I can do because the cage is one of those cat cages and you can just look through it. It's just it's like I've got my own mask.
Like the door is open. You can step out at any time. You just can't.
Well, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
We'll help you acclimatize to being out again. I know it can be really tricky when you have been
When you've been
in for such a long
institutionalized.
time.
Oh, I just thought that this is what you wear when you're in a helicopter. So I think I'm going to have a look at the tools and see if there's anything that I recognize, you know, from my days of wrecking autos.
Okay, yeah. I'm not going to make you roll unless you want to find something particularly special. But there's things like, you know, there's your basic kind of thing that humans use on like the wheels because they don't have beaks. So there's the thing that like does the twisty thing on the knobbly bits on the wheels. There's
That's actually Kia talk. twisty thing and knobbly bits. That's how we talk.
Mhm.
Um,
Well, I mean,
so I'm gonna,
why would
I'm
you bother
gonna,
learning the human names?
wow,
It's not important.
it is what it looks like. It's a twisty
Mhm.
thing with the knobbly bits. So I'm going to take a twisty thing with knobbly bits. Thank you.
Sure, it is quite heavy, but
That's
you
all
can
right. I
carry
can. I'm just going to try and drag it into the cage, and then I just have to lift the cage because the cage is light, and therefore it's not so heavy.
So you have a wearable shopping basket at this point. I mean, okay, sure. You have a tire iron.
Whoa! It was that kind of wobbly bit twisty thing.
What did you think it was?
No, that's exactly what I thought it was.
Awesome, cool. There's one of those things that humans like do twisty things with to make their cars go up when they do weird things with the wheels. There's a couple of bottles that who knows what's in them. They smell kind of carish. There's it looks like there was probably a box that contained this stuff, but it's sort of fallen open. And so, yeah, that's the tools.
Okay, so the camera pans away from me as I'm just starting to try and put as many things into my new cage as possible.
Yep.
I might need help moving this.
Other than the windows to obviously the outside in here, is there any way that we might be able to get out of here, such as
Okay,
a window to the front or the back that may be openable?
Give me a brains roll.
Ooh.
And if
That
there's
is 8 plus 2, so that is a 10.
a 10, fantastic. Okay, you realize that it's not the top window at the back, but it's the lower part that is not actually a wall so much as a tailgate. And it does have little clip thingies on the inside. There's also, if you look in the other direction, there is it's one of those force field glass things that humans sort of slide, and you can see through it. You can see daylight, but also shapes moving, large shapes.
I think I know. I think we've found our targets. And a way out.
Do you share this with everyone else?
Absolutely.
Cool. So it's a full-on war council now. I like it. Okay, so
I look up from my gumboot.
yeah. So
Have they seemed to have noticed us?
Not so far. No one has screamed so far. And it is still a bumpy ride. So if you want to look out the window, you can just see greenery flashing past. What is Flapp doing?
Flapp's looking for snacks.
Ooh, well, tell you what. Give me a brains roll, but you can use stoner.
Oh, that's good, because my
Right,
brains
that's
is -1. So I rolled an 8. I've got -1 brains, that's 7, but I'm a stoner, so +1, so that's 8. Yay!
Okay, so you realise that the most obvious place for snacks is going to be those packs, those backpack type things, the ones that have got, they've actually got on the sides of them like a greenish shape that if you squint at it might be a Keas, could also be a kakapo, could also be a leaf. Honestly, you're not too clear on a lot of things.
I was hoping for chips, man.
So, but you basically know how to get into these things. You've been raiding them forever, and you have to be good at it. Otherwise, it just all gets taken out and given to the Keredu. Those bastards. So you know which latch to click and which zip to pull, and basically there's this backpack, and most of Flapp just disappears into it, and so all anyone really sees is just this set of tail feathers just kind of jiggling and flapping, and they're hearing a lot of rustling, and then you come back out. And then you sort of come back out triumphantly with a bag and it's a little plastic bag that humans sometimes have crunchy things in. So you are triumphant. You have found one of those little bags of twisties.
Yes, the orange crunchy
Holy
thing.
crap! Dixon just tipped
Yes.
$50. Okay,
For
what
the
are we doing?
Keas. So just let everyone know where that money's going again.
Oh yes, bird rescue. Bird rescue Whanganui is it's the closest bird rescue to me. They're the people who have, taken in any bird in need. They only get funding for some, not all, and they just they do amazing work. I do some driving for them. I have a bird net permanently in my vehicle as insurance, because the day that I take it out of the vehicle is the day that I will probably have to go through a ditch, a hedge, up a tree, and through a house fire after, I don't know, a duckling. So basically, after obviously Sero's cost, because Sero is our gracious host, we're wanting to support bird rescue, and and it's great because every time I go out there, I get to see like the baby birds, which are adorable, and the hawks, which are more scary than adorable. So yeah, if you've got some spare change, it's a great cause. But what are we going to do with $50? Do we break that into like two or
We
three?
did also get a $5 donation from Trogs as well.
Okay,
Oh,
so we've
neat.
got at least one reroll.
Okay, so we've got one to add to the experimentation pool. And we
We're
have.
hydrated as well.
Oh,
So,
that's okay.
drink everyone.
I'm prepared. All right. So we could do 2 complications and then 2 rerolls, or we could do something just like way over the top, like hyper complication. What are we feeling like?
Hype.
Yeah,
Okay.
Throw some stuff at us.
All right. So, Dixon, you get to give me a prompt for something that we're going to add to this scene. And it's always crazy, but in this case, it's going to be just like super mega crazy. So, just take a second. How much weirder do we want to make this? Waiting for the lag.
Yeah.
Just an FYI, I'm not taking any cut of this. The
Oh,
only things that won't, it'll all be going to bird rescue except for whatever Twitch takes and whatever the fees are for the tips. So everything will be going to bird rescue.
And this
That's
absolutely won't cause
awesome.
problems. This will just make things even more fun.
Dixon
yeah,
knows
like,
what this
yeah.
means. Don't worry.
this is a game of hijinks and shenanigans. So honestly, all we do is
Shenanigans like this
escalate.
for breakfast.
Any problem is
Yep.
actually a good thing.
Yep. All right, Dixon, do you want to roll for something, or do you want to just throw out a prompt, anything, and I'll adapt it into something?
He says, I didn't mean to cause problems. I was super late. Yeah, you were.
That's
You
why I
were
was saying
so
Yeah.
late.
That's okay. We were sort of tied up anyway.
Busy, caged.
Mhm.
Well, not for long.
But I quite like my cage.
Keeping it.
It's
just have this
armor
image of
slash a backpack. It's like a tank.
You know how like birds have way longer legs than they look until they
Yeah.
sort of stand up? It's kind of like that. So it's
Yeah.
kind of
Fluff
like you've
just
stitched up your
engulfs the
petticoats
bottom of
and
the
you've just got
cage.
the long skinny legs underneath.
He
Baba
says
Yaga's
roll
hut.
for it.
Okay, let's roll for it. Okay, can someone roll me a D? In fact, roll me 2 D10s, please.
I'll
Samsara?
get one of them.
Yep.
I can get both. And that is a 1 and a 2.
Whoa, Mixies!
Okay, roll again for me because that's not
Hard
nearly
ones, yeah.
interesting enough.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Another
Fair.
2.
Yep.
Just compound it. Compound that with the
7.
next thing.
And 7.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right, cool. In that case, I think I know what we're doing. Okay, awesome. Right, so there is an almighty bang to the side of this vehicle that you are trapped in, and everything just tilts sideways. And cages go flying, Kia go flying, but not necessarily of their own free will. And it all lands on everything lands in a heap, and you're not hurt, but some feathers are not where they normally are, and I imagine that there's a fair amount of screaming. Does anyone want to do anything before the next thing happens to you?
Did
Oh.
the twisties get damaged at all?
The packet has burst open, and there are now, and so in slow motion, twisties are.
If I could save time in a bottle.
And a shippy packet.
If I could turn back time. As these
I'd
twisties
save
just
my
kind of slow
twisties.
motion float and spread out through the room. I mean, you can try and catch some.
Oh,
Yeah.
Aren't you glad that was crazy?
Oh wow. I'll flap up after them, like how they do when they're in space. The people that float around upside down,
Yes.
going for
Slow
them
motion,
M&Ms.
reaching out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
As the cage tools end over end and tools and bits and bobs are flying around in the cage, I'm reaching out with my beak, and I grab the twisty thing for knobbly bits, because I know I'm going to need that.
Yep, the tire iron. Cool. So well, that's in your cage, or are you getting out of your cage?
No, I just want to make sure I've got hold of it, because you never know what could happen to this cage when it hits the ground.
That is fair. That is fair. What happens when it hits the side of the vehicle is a lot of Kia swearing and squawking, and suddenly light floods in as the back sort of pieces of the tailgate of what is a ute are just wedged open by the force, and
I should put that in for people who aren't from New Zealand.
That's the back of a
yes.
truck.
Ute.
Yeah, with
Ute is a
canopy.
pickup truck. It's a pickup truck. It's a
utility
ute.
vehicle.
Yeah, ute.
All right, so basically there's light coming in, and then you hear, and for a moment there is silence, and then you hear wings.
And crunching.
Now,
What kind of wings?
now, it was Bean who might have had, an old flame,
Yeah,
maybe a star-crossed.
she's just
Birds.
this cute, chunky kiddo.
Well,
We met
what
in
the
the boring
sound.
place.
Yeah, it's a whirring sound, which is very familiar to you because
A
that's the
helicopter.
sound of Kiruru wing beats.
It's a helicopter. We're in a helicopter.
Another
Sure, yeah.
helicopter.
It might
Yeah.
be my paramour.
Well, at
She's
this
come to
point there
rescue
is
me.
there's a thunk, and a head kind of, leans down from perching on the side. And what was the name of your paramour?
Where's the
Polly.
body?
Polly?
Yeah,
Polly the paramour.
Got it. She's looking pretty tooled
damn
up to
right
go.
she is.
For a kiddo, like
yeah.
they can
Oh,
hide a lot of stuff in those feathers, and and she sort of goes, "Oh, it's you," and hops down from the perch and starts investigating the pile of wreckage as a couple more kiddo also arrive, and moving in a very organized fashion, actually, like search patterns spreading out, lines of sight, that sort of thing, talking to each other in words that you don't understand, like clear, and it's all clear over here, and
I think it's clear that she's still into you. It's the only
she just
Paramore
can't
song
show
that
it
came
when
to
she
my
brings
mind.
her family around. I see you brought your brothers.
and like so instantly, like the two brothers turn, look at you. There's just like this moment of tension, and then they just go. They snap
That's
back
right. I
to
see.
their they snap back to their work, which is basically they're going through the packs now. They've located them. It's like one of them puts a like a wing up to like an ear hole and goes, we have located the target. We've located the target. proceed to stage 2. And they're
We
starting to
already
open up.
spilled them on the ground.
They're opening up the packs. They're ignoring the spilled twisties.
I'm covered in orange dust,
It's like, hey, 5-minute rule.
sliding around with my beak on the floor.
Yep. Yep. They're
Aside-
just like
aside
every now
from
and
the
again they
back
slip
being
over
open,
you. Yeah.
Is the rest of the cab in relative good condition? And
Well,
is it
you're
still
in-
moving?
Not moving. No.
Not moving.
I mean, you can
Yeah.
hear like the engine is still running.
Yeah.
But you're not hearing noise or movement
Yeah.
from the cab. And the vehicle is clearly on its side in, as far as you can tell, a bunch of trees.
Ooh.
But you can look outside to find out more.
So Polly, it's good to see you again. It's been a while since the boring place.
And she's like, yeah, it has. Tell me, you abandoned anyone else at the boring place lately? And she just like turns
Hey,
and
if you didn't want to get out, that
she just
window
like
was
turns
open big
and
enough.
goes back to her work.
Right.
She just says she's ignoring you now.
Well, that's a bit rough.
Dude,
Yeah.
you left her.
She didn't want
Man.
to fly through the tiny little gap. I can't help it if she's like,
But you
Not-
left her.
She turns around and says,
Hush.
"Do not body shame me," and then is like back. And she's
I know
she's
you're
actually
fine under all that plumage. You're not as big as you think you are.
she's just like, you can see the feathers just go, but she is not talking to you now.
Aw.
But she is extremely fluffy, and it is adorable.
Yeah. I was gonna try and get all the other Kia to leave and lock them in here, but seeing that fluff, oh.
Yeah.
Are you looking
All
for
right.
something in particular today, or just taking our treasure?
Your treasure
I mean, we were here.
in a cage.
I
She's
wasn't
not even
okay.
looking at you. She's now they've got like one particular pack that they're opening up, and they're pulling out what looks like a sealed plastic container.
Are we gonna let them take that?
How big is
Like
it,
big-
man?
I feel like we shouldn't.
They've already eaten all the food that was fed to them instead of shared amongst all of us.
And she's like, I can't help it if you just do not have the same resourcing that we do. And
We'll just
they're
grab
all
and fly.
grabbing like a corner of it's like a snaplock container, so they're all grabbing like an edge, and they're starting to kind of the wing beats are starting as they're trying to fly it out.
Can I try and swoop past and tear the lid off so the contents spills?
You can absolutely try. It's not going to be the easiest roll,
No.
but because it's quite a dexterous thing. But that would be beak,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
Can I try and help with that?
yeah,
Fly up
absolutely.
together.
Absolutely, you basically
Alright,
just
good
want
going.
to like full on dogfight this thing. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Kia
Okay,
fight,
so-
man.
Who is doing the main roll?
How's your beak?
This one?
I
Not
mean,
too
it's cute. Yeah, I'm about the same.
Okay,
That's
so
the same.
basically, someone rolls and gets a +1 from another Kia helping them.
You go for it, Suzy.
Oof. Oof. That's a 5 total.
Okay, and even with the +1.
Mm-hmm. That was my
Yeah.
+1 and the +1 extra. I rolled a 3.
Wow. Okay.
There's a reroll.
Well,
There's a reroll.
Oh, yeah.
Or you
Yeah.
could choose to put like another die into the experimentation pool. The experimentation pool is basically if you fail a roll, you can you put another die in that pool, and that pool is there to re-roll failures in the future. So you can choose, instead of failing and putting one in the pool, you could take one out of the pool and re-roll. So
Let's
it's
do that.
Which one?
So,
Let's learn this mechanic now.
okay.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, cool. All right, so you're taking one from the experimentation pool and re-rolling?
Yep.
All right, go for it.
Okay. Different. I rolled another 3. It was a different die, and I rolled another 3.
All right, you know what? They basically there's like one of those moments where they're just like slowly ascending, and you see like a Kia make a leap and miss, and then another Kia makes a leap and misses, and as you're looking up, the light is blocked out momentarily as this big snap-lock lunchbox is lifted into the air by these Kiridu and disappears out of sight. There is now an obvious exit, and it's up to you what you want to do with that.
Um, hmm.
Crunch, crunch, crunch.
The tailgate's open, eh?
Mm-hmm. We can get out.
I'm just running towards the tailgate with my cage, and it's going to be
Yep.
clankety, 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 and there's things around, and I've got that wobbly thing, that sticky thing that does the wobbly nuts. I've got
Yep.
that in my beak, and I'm just going to like leap unceremoniously out the back tailgate.
Yep. I'm going to need you to give me a. I have no idea what roll this is, so it's just going to be a straight roll as to whether or not the cage will fit.
Through there? Okay.
Yep,
I'm rolling. Okay.
What'd you roll? What'd you roll, Darcy?
What did I roll?
Was it a 3? By chance?
It's a 1. I rolled a 1,
That's even
and
worse.
you said there's no negative to that.
Is there any positive?
There's no downside at all.
All right. Well, add 1 to the experimentation pool, please. And basically, here's what happens: you are taking a run up and a giant leap, and you arc
With the
through the
cage.
air. The sun
cage.
glints off the metal of the cage, and the cage
Things flying
wedges
around.
stuck in the gap. But you keep going because the cage door is open, and so you just get. And so in the distance from this wrecked you can just see this Kia just kind of and lands, very unceremoniously. But you do still have your tire iron.
Oh, cool. It's nice to have the little things in life.
Your wobbly nuts.
No, the 4 wobbly nuts.
Oh, right. I forgot the 4.
We'll
That's
we'll
far
get
too
them
many
later.
wobbly nuts. Hey,
Okay.
Flapp, the snacks are getting away. I mean, Polly is. The container with snacks.
You can tell it's true love.
Yep.
And I'm really
No, it's
confused. So I think the cage that just flew out is what contains the food. So I go off after that.
Well, you don't have to go far. It's wedged between the. Basically, it's wedged in the gap. That's where the
That would have
tailgate
allowed
and
us
the.
out.
I mean, you can go around it. It's just a little more difficult.
I guess I just kind of like smack into it and it maybe dislodges.
I mean, it's in a take 20 type situation. Yeah, you just you get out in various comical ways. So everyone who's not out, tell me what bizarre way you get out.
Hey, I'm out.
With the vehicle,
Yes, you are.
With the vehicle having gone over, is the little glass window at the back? Well, at the other end.
It's not open,
Okay.
but like I said, there is gaps around the cage where it's wedged. You could get out that
Yeah.
way. You could look for another way out.
Yeah.
But you are starting to see movement and hearing sort of human kind of noises from the cab.
Okay. And the Kiridu with the container, they went out a different hole?
They went out the back.
Okay. Right. Is there an air vent on the side of on the roof?
Sure.
Ooh,
Sure. I'd like to dismantle that
yeah.
hopefully. And go
Okay.
outside.
That's going to
Yeah.
be a beak roll. I
Yeah.
was just gonna let you get out in funny ways, but if you want to make it fancy,
Yeah. A beak roll, that is going to make it a 7.
a 7. Okay, you just made it.
Oh.
So it's already been rattled around. There's just like the falling debris, possibly landing on someone else. Who knows? And there's a round hole that you can sort of like, if you kind of pull all your feathers in and you kind of wriggle wriggle and wriggle and wriggle, and eventually just kind of out. So you're amongst the trees and brush and such. That the ute is now reclining in.
Pop my head back in through the hole. Yo, come on, hurry up.
I'm coming.
Already did.
Yeah,
Yes.
we did. Yeah.
I'm a bit
It's
slow.
like,
Sorry, I was fixing our name badges because apparently I fucked them up.
Oh, really?
Dear.
No.
They're right now.
What did they say?
I accidentally had in character and out of character names the same as our in character. This was yeah. Now they're the right
Okay.
way around.
Yeah, I'm going
okay.
to go to the gap between the cage and there and just wedge myself in and try and wiggle myself
Yep.
out until I
Yep.
pop out.
Yep. There's some wiggling. There's some sounds. There's some there's some awkward kind of movements. But yeah, you manage to sort of you wiggle your way out. And is Flapp staying or is Flapp?
Flapp's following after the guy in the cage, the Keas in the cage.
Yep. Cool.
I'll just hold on for the ride. You can carry me.
Okay, so everybody's out now. The cage is left in the ute, and once you are out, you can see that it has obviously gone off the road. There are humans inside it, in the cab, that are moving. One of them is slowly opening the door. It's on its side, so they're kind of having to push it upwards. It's up to you if you want to hang around or if you want to pursue the Kereru, because you can just see them in the distance with the snap block box.
Have we had our vengeance since
Not quite. I would
you think you
would
have to do
very
more?
much like to nip at that hand that's trying to open the door so that they let go of the door and it closes back on them.
Hey, I've got an idea. Why don't we poop on them?
That's a very good idea as well.
Poop on them while they're down, man.
All right. So who's on Poop Brigade and who's on whatchamacallit?
And attacking duty.
Oh, we have a +1 to roll.
Plus
so
one
that
to
is
Darcy.
for Darcy. Okay.
Ah.
Okay. So
I mean,
who's
if
on...
only he knew I was the worst one to give +1 to.
I think he's trying to help.
Okay,
Okay.
so we've got two ideas already. We've got
and
Abby,
biting.
you're going biting, and Sero is Flapp's going to poop.
Yeah, that
we
seems
just
the
suggested it.
easiest one at a distance.
Okay, well, I quite like the idea of we've got this tire iron.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just gonna I
Drop
think
the
I could
cage on
fly
his
with
head.
it. It's pretty heavy. I haven't got the cage anymore. The cage is still in the back. I went flying with a tire iron.
Oh, okay.
So I'm taking the stick that's for twisting
The
off
wobbly
wobbly
nuts?
bits. Yeah. And I'm just gonna bash it against the front windscreen.
Okay. Well, I mean, you're not you're a Keas, but you're not like that strong. So basically,
I'm not strong. If I can get it into the air, all I have to do is find the right spot and then drop it and let gravity do the work.
That's fair. That would be a bird roll.
Great.
For +1.
So it's
That's
going to
right.
be, it's going to equal out as a 0. That's so cool. Thank you so much.
Also, auto
It's been-
dismantler
it's
would
definitely
count
helped
in
me.
this one.
What's that?
Auto dismantler.
Oh yeah, auto dismantling. Yeah, because sometimes you got to take the windscreen out, and that is a natural 3
Plus
+0.
+1, because it was
Plus
the
one,
auto
also
dismantler as well. But
4!
yeah, 4.
Yeah.
Okay, so how does this go horribly wrong? I feel
Okay, so is it horribly? 4 is pretty good. It's just under a fail, isn't
It's
it?
still a
It's
fail.
not quite.
A success is a 7.
You didn't
Yeah.
tell me what the bar was. I didn't know what I was
She did right
reaching
at the
for.
The
beginning.
bar was for twisting wobbly nuts.
Maybe I don't quite get there, and it just falls in the open doorway before the door shuts.
What about this? You are flying up there. You've got this tire iron. It's heavy, and it's like, and you go to let go, but part of the a little bit of string or something from the cage has tangled around your foot and the tire iron. So the tire iron hits the windscreen, followed very shortly by you, sort of smushed side on, and you just kind of
those squeaky noises.
plop. So the human movement from inside the cab has intensified. The door is now being pushed open with like a foot, a human foot, attached to a leg that is
Bite the foot.
attached to a leg that is wearing shorts,
Woo!
and socks,
Yes.
like knee-high socks.
Are these the familiar kind of knee-high socks?
Yeah, this is like the big scout that leads all the little scouts.
Oh, not the fun police.
No, not yet.
Good. Yeah.
Can I maneuver myself in the air so that I can poop down the shorts leg?
You know what? Roll for it.
What am I rolling?
I think that's probably cheek.
Cheek.
Well, one cheek or the other.
I rolled a 4.
Okay, how does this go wrong? It lands on Manaia.
I flap off and look like I don't know what's going on.
Just pretend.
That wasn't
Trying to whistle with a beak. It's Yep. Yep. Okay. So what is Bean doing?
They have these little boxes that they talk on before the fun police turn up.
Mm-hmm.
I want to try and steal that when they get out.
Okay.
Where
So
is
you're
it
laying
getting
in
out?
wait.
So I'm laying in wait. Wait for it, wait for it.
Okay. And what is Suzy K doing?
I was going to attack whatever appendage they were trying to use to open the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, may as well just make it difficult. They'll get out eventually, but we're going to make it difficult for them.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough. So you're just going to attack?
Yeah, go for the ankle through those.
Yeah.
socks.
Okay. So you're going to bite or scratch or.
We're biting. We're
Fair
trying
enough.
to
That's a
bite.
beak roll. And see how we go from there.
Okay.
No one want to guess?
Is it a 3?
It's a 1.
It's worse.
Do you want to reroll? Maybe you can be the only one who rerolls this one shot.
Let's try.
Oh, speaking of, have we added to
Oh.
the experimentation pool for the last couple of failures?
No.
We've got like a couple of failures up our sleeve.
3 then.
I
I've
might
got
have a
3, so...
Let's try a different one, and I'll take one of those.
Okay.
That's a 5 total.
Okay, so these are very hairy legs, and as you like dive down, the Flight of the Valkyries starts playing, dun 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 dun, and you sort of tuck your wings back. This is like you're basically emulating like a hawk, and that you watch do this, and you hit the leg and you go to take a big bite. It's a very hairy leg with a very hairy sock on it, and you're actually stuck, tangled, in fact, and this leg starts, the human starts screaming, this leg starts waving around with a Keas kind of attached to it, and this human is still trying to climb out of the vehicle. What
Well,
are
I'm
you
gonna
going to
make
do?
the best of a bad situation. I'm gonna try and hang on to that leg.
Yep, you don't have a choice for the moment.
Dig in the
But just
claws.
also like
dig in the
dig my
claws.
claws in as well.
But
Yep.
this leg's coming off.
I mean, I don't know how much time we've got, but okay. What's everyone else doing at this point?
Laughing.
Still looking for that
Yeah.
opportunity.
I recognize this.
To get the little box they yell at. when we.
Okay, well, I mean, you know that they usually keep them in pockets
Oh
of
yeah,
the
they're
weird
real
little thing.
distracted right now.
Yeah, they are very distracted
Yeah.
right now.
Very,
you know,
very
that's kind of-
distracted.
I
They're
want to loot the
thrashing a lot.
corpse.
They're thrashing a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
So if no
I'm
one's
already loose. I'm already going in.
fair. Okay,
Thrashing's
what are you?
fine.
So
Let's
you're
go.
going digging for a
Good
phone.
buddy.
Yeah, while they're distracted, I'm gonna get in there and go and find their phone.
Okay,
That's their
I'm
most
gonna.
prized thing. They're always looking at it.
So if you're trying to find it, that would be a brains roll. If you're just like it's in that pocket, or you assume that would be like a beak roll to kind of
Yeah.
like not get smushed as they're thrashing around and trying to
If
escape.
given the option, I will always take beak. But if you want
Go
brains,
for it.
I will roll
Yeah,
that.
go for it.
We got some let's go on this section.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, that's really good then. What were we doing? Beak. Brains.
Beak.
Beak. Then that is with let's go a 7.
Almost.
So
So
close.
you do manage to find a box, and it's black, and you it's not so much in the pocket, but right next to it, like clipped onto a belt, and you just kind of like snip through it, and of course this human is thrashing around. You get like backhanded a little bit by mistake, and so you just sort of go kudunk on a convenient patch of ferns, but you do have the box. It's a lot bigger than the boxes that you've seen them talk into, but it's probably the same. It's sort of like shaped like this, and it's got a big long stick thing coming out of it.
Right.
And and suddenly there's a coming from the box.
That just sounds like a Doc Ranger. That's awesome. I think I know that Doc Ranger.
I found my new dog. I'm taking it with me.
Fair enough. Everybody else, are we escaping, or are we just going to torment the humans some more?
Well, I'm not leaving without a wind wiper. One of those windscreen wipers. It's coming with me. I'm taking it. I've lost my tire iron, my finger wobbly bits, but I'm not going to leave without a windscreen wiper. It's a thing.
Trophy.
I've got a collection. So I'm just going to do a beak roll +2 and just rip it off.
Yep, fair.
Oh no!
Do you want to take a reroll, or do you want to give it to us?
You technically have an extra +1 because this is your thing. If that helps.
I think it's
Okay,
a 1.
so I've got +2 beak and a +1. So that's actually a 4.
What's your specialty? Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Okay,
got
so
some more
here's the
dice?
thing. Here's the thing. You do have the window wiper. Whether you like it or not, because the window wiper is now like sort of half twisted and wrapped, and it's kind of like around your shoulders.
A pretzel.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I mean it's good. So your ability to bird for the next little while is going to be down by 2 until you deal with.
-3.
Yeah, until you deal with this problem. But you do have a windscreen wiper.
It's mine.
Hey Manaia, have you wiped the slate clean yet? Is that enough vengeance?
Is that Sero did a hydrate thing? Is that
No, I
hydrate?
didn't. That's wash your dice.
Okay,
yeah,
so
Get
I
new
reckon
ones.
I reckon we need one of those, so I'm doing that.
Okay.
okay, so the Kiruru. Who was keeping the dock counter? Someone wanted.
Sero?
I guess I could. What
That's
are we
okay,
up to?
I can do it. Well, I think at this point we're probably up to 4. So
How
we've
many?
got
How
windows
many's on
that's
it?
right.
out of 12.
Oh, we've done well.
Yeah.
Hey, we should all get like something for that. Maybe some wobbly bits.
Well, I mean, the vehicle is still there. There are some loose tires, but at the same time, it's starting to smell like smoke.
Boy.
At what point does vengeance become just a little too much? When
That's
it
your
blows
decision.
up?
Probably about the point that I stole their communications and left.
Okay,
Yep.
I would like to attempt to release myself from the hairy leg and sock.
Yeah, okay.
Try and escape once more.
I'm going to say that you can do that as they are, excuse me, as they are climbing out. Anyway, as the human is climbing out, they kind of shake you repeatedly until you're sort of like hurled
Lung.
across the road. So you are all free. You all have something, be it Cheeto dust or or twisty dust, a fashionable windscreen wiper, quite a bit of hair, human hair in your beak, and yeah, so not too badly. All right, so
He's switching his dice. Oh,
Yep.
that's not your drink cup.
It's not now.
Like,
This
Okay,
is specific.
so
I've been told.
yeah, like a
I've been
redeemer
told. So
hydrate.
there you
So the
go.
human-
Oh, sorry, cool down.
yeah, okay. So the humans are now one is out, another one is climbing out. They're both the older, like the grown up kind. They're not the little ones, but they're still wearing the same sort of uniform that humans seem to wear because they sadly poor deprived creatures lack feathers, and complete with like the little scarves and such, and they are wandering around the vehicle looking lost. One of them's throwing up, but yeah, and you have all been, you are there, but you are not necessarily within catching range, put it that way. So and the Kiridu have long since disappeared. What are you going to do? You are in a forest of some kind. It's not your patch of forest, but it's a forest.
It will be
There's a road going in
soon.
both directions.
Not
mean,
our
it might-
patch of forest.
It might pay to follow the road to try and get back to our territory, and then we can
Hang
deal
on.
with the Kiridu.
Yeah,
Your paramour, Polly.
yeah.
Maybe you've got like an attachment to her, like a psychic attachment, and we can just like follow you
My
back.
guy, we were in the lockup for like a night.
Oh, one night
But,
stand.
I mean,
Cool.
I'll fall real quickly for someone, but I won't form a psychic bond with someone that fast.
Yeah,
But I
there's
It
do
was
have
meant to
an-
be.
back.
You were like your soulmates.
So there's
You've
like a
been together for-
flashback to the two of you in the boring place, and it's just like a stack of heavy duty cages, in what looks like some kind of vet clinic, and Polly's like next to you in her cage, and
ignoring you, and you're just like
Yeah.
smitten.
then you
And
just
she's
lean
like,
over and was like, "How you doing?" And then it cuts back to the present. Alrighty. So what are we doing?
I think that's good though. I think we should be able to follow your nose, beak.
Or the road. Like any
Yeah.
of those.
Or the road.
All right. So are we following the road?
Does the
Well,
road
there's
look
some
like it
tracks.
was going in the direction that the Kiridu was going, or not?
You're not sure which way they
have
went.
no
They
clue.
escaped. They disappeared. You can
But,
basically you can
I mean,
pick a direction.
logically, we were taken from our territory. So it must be the opposite direction of the way that they're going.
Yeah, because all the roads in New Zealand are straight, and they. But if we follow that road, you're saying we'll get back to where we came from. Yeah, as long
Eventually.
as there's no turn-offs or intersections.
We'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
I like that saying.
So they say.
Wait,
get
there's a bridge? Cool.
Okay, so
Maybe. Probably.
someone want to
Ah,
roll? Just roll straight roll for me, please.
I'll go for that one.
Notice how I'm
that
not
is a
putting up my
3.
hand.
That's a 3.
Yep, there's a 3. That one can go on the pile
Cool.
of not great dice.
Okay, so yep, this way is clearly the way to go. You're following the road. Someone's walking, at least until they deal with their their windscreen wiper situation.
Do you want some help with that?
Yeah.
I mean, what are you doing to deal with your windscreen wiper situation?
Well, I can still walk.
You can walk, yes, but you can't fly.
It is very
Are we
inefficient.
flying now? I want to know what happened to the helicopter.
There is no helicopter that you can see.
They took off in the helicopter. Those
Probably.
Karoo.
Yeah, that sounds exactly like what happened.
I'm only
So are
mildly upset.
So we're flying, walking, or otherwise moving along the road?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, so you do this for a little while, and you can roughly guess that you're on a slope, though most forests are on slopes. There's definitely not your territory, but it's familiar enough. And as you round a bend, you see something kind of interesting. It's like a river, but it's the wrong color. It's kind of white, and then it sort of runs. You can sort of see it, and then a little in the distance there is a town, a small town. It's a human town, like a little village. Lots of trees around, but yeah, this big old white icy looking thing in the shape of a river. That's interesting. You can see humans, in the distance near it, and you can see human vehicles. What's everybody doing?
Are there any unattended backpacks, open doors, anything like that?
Oh, probably heaps of them. Like you're just not that close. You can approach and find out.
Do you want to check it out?
Well, we'll need snacks for the victory party, yeah?
Yeah. We need to find out where the Keruru went.
Yeah, I need to get this thing off me because normally they're a
Yeah.
lot straighter.
You've made me fly so slowly just to keep up with you.
There's been a lot. There's like a cut scene, and it's just you're all flying ahead, and then there's like a squawk, and Manaia is like stuck in a ditch or attached to a branch or some other bizarre thing, and this just repeats
your
a few
head
times before we go
sideways.
back to the present. So, what are you doing about your wiper situation?
Well, I'm kind of attached to it.
Yes.
Ah.
But do you want to remain attached to it so you can't fly?
Well, I could wind it off, I suppose, some way. Let's just try. I'm just going to physically use my beak and just try and undo this, by
You
breaking
just
it.
try and, yep. All right. Roll beak for me. Does anyone want to help?
7 plus 2.
Okay.
Plus, it's technically part of an automobile, so I get
Yep.
wrecking as well. So that's a natural 7 plus 3, which is 10.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. So yeah, you just snip through a crucial bit of rubber, and the whole thing falls off. I mean,
Is
you
it
could have
too
done
early
that.
to say? Too early to say that we've broken the curse of low rolls now.
Yes.
Definitely,
Yeah,
okay.
really.
Taking
So
that.
you could have done
You
that
have just
the
jinxed
whole
us.
time,
Yeah.
like just snipped it, and it was gone. But nope, the whole time.
I had to. Well, it was for that montage, the
Yeah,
journey into
exactly.
town.
Head take
Exactly.
montage. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so are we heading for? Excuse me. Are we heading for the glacier, or are we heading for the town?
Oh,
The
I
people
think
were at the glacier?
There are people there, yes.
Glaciers have day packs with snacks
and
designed for us.
and tourists
And
are like
tourists.
those ones that wear all the shiny bright colors. They have more gooder snacks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
so you're heading for the glacier?
they're like on some sort of weird. No, they have great snacks.
All right.
Okay, so let's go.
All right, everybody's heading for the glacier. Everybody can fly now, so it's not a long trip.
Well, I can kind of fly. I'm a -1 on flight. I hope there's no heavy winds and stuff.
Yep, awesome.
I'm like, what's that, Flappy Bird?
Yeah,
Flappy
trying really hard to
okay.
keep up. Yep.
It's like the montage before, except I'm not on the ground.
Yep. Okay, so you get to a point, basically the edge of the glacier. It's sort of rocks, and then it sort of turns to like rocky ice, and then just ice. And you see a helicopter.
Oh no.
Now it's not operating right now. It's sort of
It's the
parked.
Kiraroo. The Kiraroo. That they took the helicopter.
Yep, obviously. And there are some humans that are, in bright colors and, boots and hats and things like that. And they're sort of in a line walking on the ice of the glacier. They're making those weird sounds that that humans do. I mean, they never shut up. God knows what they're saying. But yeah, they have not noticed you.
Snakes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Good,
Well, they're not
uh,
carrying
Oh.
packs.
oh, they're not. I was gonna say someone go look cute, so they'll like stand there and all go oh, and the rest of us can go like dive for the snacks. But if they're not carrying packs, then
They might be in the helicopter.
ooh,
I think I need that helicopter. I mean, part of me's just like crying out for chopper parts. I just can't contain myself. I'm just going straight for the helicopter.
Awesome. The sliding door on the side is open. And the
Straight in.
no
So the guide's
hesitation.
like, and if you notice here, we have, we can see the evidence of climate change over the past 10 years through these series of, and in the background, there's just this green streak that whoosh, straight into the chopper.
Should I do a bird roll to see how well that goes?
are you gonna hit the wall?
No, I think that's going to end badly. We don't know what happens once you are inside the chopper. It's probably not fun, but you find yourself amongst, a series of bags. There's a bunch of containers, and there's some seats, like the human seats. Get the chopper.
Get out of the chopper.
Yeah.
Come with
Okay.
me if you want to eat.
Yep. So everyone else has seen Manaia just make a beeline for the chopper, and is now in the
Zip
chopper.
line.
What's everyone else doing?
Yeah, Kia line.
Let's I'm gonna go on distraction duty.
Alrighty. How are you distracting the humans?
Oh,
I
thank
still
you.
got this talking box.
It's got water in it.
It makes their noises.
They would be, yeah, but you could certainly drop the walkie-talkie in front of them.
That'll keep them guessing.
All right, so let's go round, and if we start with Abby, what are you doing on distraction duty?
I'm just deciding whether I try and steal something or try and act cute.
Up to
Because
you.
both very good options. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to swoop down and try and land on one of their heads.
Absolutely. Give me a bird roll.
Let's see. Okay.
Do you want to
that
toggle
is an
mute
8
while you're
minus 1, so
crunching
that
in
is a
case
7.
people don't like
It is a
crunching
success.
noises? Dixon, if you're crunching snacks, do you want to just mute your mic?
Sorry.
Just in case people don't like mouth sounds.
Okay, Abby, what did you roll? Sorry.
That was a 7 total.
A 7. Suzy. Okay, cool. Yeah, you do in fact land on the head of one of the humans, who immediately starts screaming. But the others are sort of, and like pointing, and some of them are pulling out some of those shiny boxes and like taking photos. What are you doing?
I'll preen and
Yep.
hold on. And try and look cute.
Yep.
on top
So
of
just
the-
like, so like the standard human distraction,
Mhm,
protocol.
mhm.
Yep. Cool. Awesome. Well, that's working. What's everyone else doing? Let's go to Bean.
I want to try and make them. How much talking is this box doing? How much noise is coming out of it?
Nothing at the moment, but like every now and again there's a I don't know, come in. What are you doing?
I want to go near a bush somewhere and put it inside there, and I want to I don't know, try and squawk at it a bit.
Yeah, absolutely. You do that, and you're just going to try and squawk at it for a bit, scream at it,
I don't know how
yell
it
at it.
works.
Yep, cool. So
Pull
that
up the
does get the attention of the humans who are sort of watching and now taking photos and things like that. And now what is Flapp doing?
I guess Flapp is not feeling like human company at the moment, so they will go and check in on helicopter goal oriented Keas, just to make sure she is not dead. And
Totally
in case
fair.
there's snacks.
Yeah, well, you get to the chopper, no problems. The humans are thoroughly distracted, and yeah, you find Manaia just in amongst a pile of packs and boxes and things like that. Some of them look like they were probably strapped in quite well until recently, until a very sharp beak kind of sliced the straps, and yeah, they definitely look like they have snack potential.
Yeah, I dive in.
Dive in, awesome. Okay, so give me a roll, and you're going to find something. It's just a matter of what you find.
Okay. 5 on the dice.
So, and we go with beak, maybe.
Sure, that's a 6.
Okay. And do you want to use stoner, or do we want this to go wrong?
I mean, we could always argue I could go with cheek, which is already 2. But we'll go with stoner because I'll be able to sniff out the munchies.
Oh yeah. Okay, so you basically find your. Excuse me. So you find your way through a complicated series of bags and pockets and things like that. You manage to find basically a couple of containers, and they're not the snap lock ones, they're the screw top ones, and they definitely look like they have something good in them. In fact, your nose is telling you that it's something that has chocolate and nuts in it.
Is it the plastic kind or the metal kind?
The plastic kind.
Can I use my Swiss Army beak to try and rip that apart?
Oh yeah, I mean, if you can pull Manaia out of the pile as well, you might even better get some help.
Manaia, I found the jackpot. Let's just rip this open and gorge ourselves. I mean, save it for the party.
Yep.
You're on mute, dude.
Unmute.
Still on mute. Unmute yourself.
What's on mute? I was just trying to turn it on. No, just say turn mic off.
Okay, you're on
hang
now.
Now I'm on. Okay, so sorry, my mouth was full because Manaia's already been snacking on something. I don't know.
It's probably like
help.
a tube of Savlon or something that you found in the first aid kit.
It might have been something on the ground. Who knows? Actually, it's probably part of that chopper because I'm more excited about that. But hang on, I'm tearing away at a seat here, and you want what? What? You want snacks? There's snacks all around us, man.
Yeah, but I mean, this is the good stuff.
Oh, crunchy bars.
Sure.
Okay. Showing my age. Okay, so here we go. Let's go. I'll help you. My dice has been cleaned.
All right, so if this is you
Let's hope
two
it
just
helps.
working together to get this open, it'll be a +1 to whoever makes the roll. And
Go, Sero.
Is it for beak?
Yeah.
Is it for bacon?
6 plus beak is 1. Is 7, sorry. Plus 1 that you said. So 8.
8. Yeah, no, it takes a bit, but you figure it out, and you just basically have to puncture a few like grip points in it, but you get it open, and the scroggin just like spills all over the floor, and it smells amazing.
Man. And I just stick my face into the little pile and go.
Yeah, it smells like calories, which is exactly what you need sort of in the winter.
Yeah, I'm not even waiting. I'm gorging. I've got the monkey cheese.
Yep.
Chug.
Cool. Okay, so there are 2 Kia gorging, one on food and one on a helicopter, apparently, and 2 Kia on distraction duty. So what are the Kia on distraction duty doing? Being, I'm assuming, at least somewhat aware of what the others are getting up to.
As long as I just realized I had the wrong mic selected all games so far. As long as they're distracted, then I mean, they're gonna save us some, right?
Right?
I'll take the silence as a no, they're not going to, are they?
I don't think so.
Hungry?
Very.
Let's go.
All right, so you're heading for the chopper too? You're just abandoning
Yeah.
the humans and okay, so Suzy K, you are heading for the chopper. I'm just going to say that the beanie of the human you were sitting on is coming with you. And so Bean, are you bringing your walkie-talkie with you, or are you just leaving it?
I think I'll leave it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, so now everybody is in the chopper. The humans have cottoned on that something is up. Now, Manaia, can you give me a brains roll, please?
Oh no. Oh no. I have a feeling we have a lot in the pool.
Well, we have 4 rerolls if you want one.
Okay, we've got 4 rerolls because that was a 1.
All right, go for it.
Which my brain is 0. So that's the 1.
Use a reroll.
Unless it's something to do with wrecking things, which I'm pretty good at doing.
Well, it could be, but I would say just take a reroll if you want to.
Okay, so this has been well earned by our group.
Yeah.
4.
That's better than a 1.
It is.
That's
It's not a
fair.
1.
Okay, so you notice that you've been in kind of like the middle section of the chopper, and you can see the humans coming, and that's kind of a problem because they tend to like take the fun out of things. But you do notice an awful lot of fun-looking levers and buttons and sticks and dials in the front part of the helicopter. And
Oh, nice. Yeah.
pushing buttons
I'd like
does
to
tend to
fly.
do things.
Yeah, I reckon. Okay, I've just been offered a +1. I'm going to leap in and just start pushing as many buttons. Maybe I can get this thing going. I'm sure I've seen this happen before.
Absolutely.
I'll try and
Help?
press some. Yeah, I'll try and help.
So
Okay,
so basically
wait.
just
Pull some
pressing as
levers.
many buttons as we can.
Jump
We're
on
gonna
the
get-
console.
We're going to
Yeah.
take flight.
All
Someone
right.
grab the... Okay, here we go. Four Keas in a chopper. What could go wrong?
Yep. I'm going to say that this is a beak roll because you're not. Okay.
No, I'm not frozen. That's a 10. It's got a 1 and a 0. That's
Yeah.
like... That's
Yep.
Cool.
plus
Any
plus
plus
2.
+1.
Plus I was having some help, Abby.
Yep.
Thank you. And +2 for beak. Plus it's not technically wrecking an auto, though. It's
No.
not wrecked yet. It's
But
taken
you're at a
off, so-
12. Okay. So
Oh, that's cool. We'll take it.
yeah, no, 12 is a huge success. And
But if Abby's helping, it's actually a 13.
true,
12
true.
plus. But yeah.
So
Lucky for
you
some.
hear the whine of an engine starting up, and then you start to hear and the humans suddenly back up, because the blades of the chopper are starting to move, and they're getting faster and faster and faster. And as you are dancing around on the button, yep, pretty much, the chopper is now rising. It's not rising in a smooth, cinematic way so much as sort of more. It's going in a lot of direction. A lot of stuff is flying. Some of the snacks go flying out the door. But, there's a lot of stuff flying around, that is getting smashed open. No one really knows what's going on at the moment. Manaia is perched on basically the joystick, and just, I don't know. What are you saying as you're in your triumphant rise?
Oh, what is Manaia saying?
Yeah.
Probably something along the lines of Flapp, hold on to your snacks.
Okay, and so the A team.
We're flying home.
Yep. So the A team music is playing in the background. This chopper is drunkenly kind of wandering through the sky. The humans underneath seem very confused. Okay, so the dot clock, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
I
8.
should know that's some.
Yep. And the dot clock
eight.
is 8.
Eight.
Okay.
So it's not
We
part of
gained
time
another
yet, but it
4
feels like
just
it.
at the glacier.
Okay, so you now have a very drunkenly, not going very fast or very far, but it's still in the air, helicopter. Is anyone doing anything with that? Apart from screaming?
I'll look out the window and go, hey, the humans look like ants.
We're only 2 meters off the ground.
Those are just actual ants. They're on the inside of the glass.
I'll tap at the window
say,
with my beak.
Try and get us high. We might be able to see home from here.
Yeah, let's get high.
I mean,
Yep,
I wanna
generally
take you higher.
yep, let's
Dink
get
dink. Higher. Dink dink.
there is a general upward trend, though. Like many trends, it is kind of wibbly wobbly on the way there. Sadly, you've left your tire iron behind, so you don't have anything for wibbly wobbly bits. But yeah, so you are now, a few meters up in a helicopter, trying to figure out how to steer and or survive. One of the humans has now taken a flying leap. And yes, you did. I just saw it was set in the chat. They're not just in it; they are in fact flying it. Not well, but technically,
We're off the ground. That's
Yeah.
that's
Exactly.
the first rule, and the second rule
Whoever
is
would've
landing. But
thought
let's wait for that later.
Birds flying.
Yep, pretty much.
Birds
So at
flying.
this
Who
point,
would have thought? Who would have thunk it?
Yo,
There
family
is-
Keas.
yep, there is a lurch on, and the whole chopper swings to one side. And those who care to look will see that a human has jumped and grabbed onto one of the skids and is dangling.
Oh no,
Oh.
man!
Go for
We've
the
got
heads.
Wow.
we've got a Klingon.
On the starboard bow. A Klingon on the starboard bow.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. So what are we doing about this? Someone's still got to fly. So Manaia, that's probably going to be you and whoever else is helping with just pushing random buttons.
It's not safe
would
for
be
you to
me.
fly, human. I'll go
All right.
for the.
Yep. Bean, you
I'm into
actually noticed there's another one of those squawky boxes. If you would rather look at that.
I mean, I'll drop it on the head. That might be more fun.
Well, it's on like a twisty like plasticky thing that makes it bounce.
That is kind of a lot more fun.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we should really
Yeah, I'm
should
playing
really
with that.
just let everyone
Cool.
know if you've just tuned in. This is Bridget's game. She's a Kiwi. Well, hi,
Beulah.
Bridget. Yeah.
We're all
Not
Well,
not
we're
the
Keas.
fruit.
We're Kiwis playing Keas.
Yeah, exactly.
And the money that's been donated for this game is going to a bird sanctuary. So that Bridget works at, and I think I should
Volunteers
really
for.
yeah, volunteers.
They don't have the yeah.
They need the money so that they can help more birds. So yeah.
All the boobs.
So there we go. There, Sero's put that out there. Hey, look, we'll get back to the action. We're in a chopper.
Yep, we're in a chopper. So we've got a bunch of Keas loose in a chopper, and it's for a good cause.
Yay!
Yeah, and we have
the
a
Keas
human
know that,
hanging off
but-
the side, trying
Yeah.
to destroy our plan, our fun.
Yeah, I know. Just those humans are just such jerks.
Mm.
Anyway, so
They make cool toys.
true. They do have a purpose.
I'm bouncing up
um,
and down on the springy cord.
Bean, yeah, Bean, you're playing with the radio. As you do, there's a back at you.
Guys, it's my cousin.
Oh, nice. Awesome. What's your cousin's
Yep.
name?
Jeff. I think it might be the fun police. They've got Jeff.
Oh no!
Is that where the party's at?
We could go bust everyone out. Then we've got people for the party.
All right.
Fly us to the boring place.
Yeah.
Okay, so
And
I'm going to need some kind of a roll to see if you can make this helicopter go anywhere that you want it to.
Is that person still hanging on? This
Oh,
line
yes.
is
Yeah.
down. Oh, can I like bungee jump out of the helicopter and peek at them, springing on my springy cable? box?
Sure.
It sounds fun.
So
Let's go.
you're hanging onto the radio,
Yeah,
and you're going to use
absolutely.
it as a bungee cord. I love
Hell
it.
yes.
Go for the
I-
hands.
I don't know what
Go
kind
for
of a
whatever
roll
they
that
give
is.
me.
Probably like, I mean, either cheek or maybe
I can
beak.
tell you what kind of role it's going to be.
Yeah.
A bad one. One.
Okay,
Do
so
you want to? Do you want to
Doesn't matter
re-roll?
what it is.
Yeah,
Do you
let's
wanna
go for reroll.
Yeah, we're
Reroll.
stealing a helicopter. Let's dock some more.
all right.
Re-roll.
Reroll. Come on. Get to it. We've earned it. We've earned them.
Oh no!
No,
Okay, so there is the
so
cinematic
it's probably a
moment.
4 or 5.
So it's the cinematic
Oh.
moment where you know, basically you see this human, and then there's like the dramatic music, and you sort of grab the radio with one claw, and then leap over and out the door, and there's this moment where you sort of swing wide, and you're like trying to attack the human with your other foot, and you're just like you slow motion swing right past them, and then swing back, and then swing back, and as the helicopter continues to flail around, you're just kind of, you know, going in all directions, attached to a radio which goes, we're in position, please.
Jeff says he's looking forward to seeing us.
All right, I'm gonna need
Can
Manaia and Suzy K to do some brains and or beak rolls to see if we can get anywhere in this chopper.
Cool. I'll do some brains. Does being a brainy bird help me out at all?
I think so. Yeah, like give us a brain roll. See what you can figure out.
Okay.
can I like call out?
That is a 10 plus 2. That is a 12 plus. There's a 13.
Holy crap. Okay. Yeah, you sort of. How do you kind of center yourself and just like take in all of this stuff and go, aha? What sort of
I'll
happens?
Just perch myself on the seat a little bit,
Mhm.
look at some things, and then realize, oh, pulling it this way makes it go. Okay, I got it. And I essentially figure out Joy-Con control.
Totally makes sense. Okay, so are you going to give instructions to Manaia, who is perched on the joystick, or are you just going to shove Manaia off and do it yourself?
You're a Kia. Come on.
Yeah, I'm gonna shove him off.
Come
I'm
on.
gonna shove him off.
Yep,
And go-
yep, fair enough.
Go
So,
out of my way. I got it. I got this.
Alrighty, so you
I got
now
this.
have So you now have control of a helicopter, like to a degree. So I'm going to say you can choose where it goes. One time, as long as it's like not too far away.
What? Up, down, left, right? What?
So do you want to take it to the town? Did you want to take it to like the boring place to free Jeff apparently, or did you want to go back home or somewhere different entirely?
Oh boy. Where are we going, guys? Are we getting some revenge on some Kiradu? Are we breaking some people out? What are we doing? What are we doing?
Yes.
Let's crash it.
I mean, at the end we'll crash it, but where do we want to
I
crash
mean, we can
it?
always fly out the window. Let's just pick a target, and then we can like, pick up all the bits, and then I can start my end goal, which is like my own wrecking place where like I've got a collection of wrecking.
Bean just
stuff.
swings
Like,
past the window.
Bean!
I've gone into a dream where I've got this speech bubble above my head, like a dream bubble, and I'm just like already, I've gone.
Bean! Ask
Crash it into
Jeff,
the boring place. That's a good idea.
ask Jeff to bring the drinks. Bean! Ask your cousin to bring the drinks.
I don't.
Yeah, let's go to the boring place. Let's get some people for this party.
All right, so you know that the nearest boring place is basically it's almost like a zoo. There's enclosures and rehab units, and it's just so boring. I mean, they weigh you and like put a band on your leg and like give you healthy, nutritious food, and then they like put you somewhere in the hills a long way away from humans. It's just ugh, God,
No
those
twisties,
bastards.
man.
But you do know where it is, and you can point the helicopter, in that general direction.
Mhm.
It's not going to take you too long to get there because you're in a helicopter. You might scrape the top off a few trees, seriously damage some buildings. The human hanging off the side is looking worse
Yeah,
than wear.
I was just about to ask about the human off the side.
What would you like to do to the human off the side?
I'm mostly wondering how they're doing. I mean, we can definitely fly low over some trees.
Yeah,
and, potentially
Scrape the
solve that
human off.
problem. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm going to say with your 13 that you can do that. So there's now a human just kind of groaning and swearing in the top of a tree. What happens to that human is now not your problem.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so and you managed to
It never
reach the boring place. Now the boring place is a series of like aviaries and basic buildings, kind of like the huts that they have up in the hills, just bigger and more boring, and very well secured. So what are you doing with the chopper now that you are there?
Do we know how to land this, or is this like that Die Hard movie where Bruce Willis learned how to fly a chopper but not how to land it yet?
Yeah, that's that one.
Or is it
Cool.
like the other
That
one where
option.
he got a car up at a helicopter?
Thinking back to all of our times in the boring place, can we think of where would be the best place to cause chaos?
Probably the admin block. Reason being, you don't know what it is. It's just the place that seems to have like a never-ending supply of fun police. So like it's like a clown car. They just keep exiting this area.
Hang on. Can we go to that place? It's a magical place where they always have like cookies and like lots of like snacks.
The food
It's
place.
like the food. It's the staff room or something like that. Can we go there?
Anything
Can we?
change.
I've heard about it.
It's according to legend, it does exist, but you must pass through the halls of the boring place first. Only the bravest of Kia have even tried.
Let's have a party in the staff room. Let's do a break
This
in.
is-
Yeah,
First time I've ever
we're
broken
aiming for
into-
the admin block.
Yeah.
We're
Alright.
aiming to crash into the
Yeah.
admin block.
Awesome. Okay, so
Yeah. What's that?
someone give me a brains
Broken.
roll, please, to do this
Sure.
without killing you all. Are you going to like bail out beforehand, or are you going to be like still in the chopper?
I've spent a lot of time in
Out
a
of the
boring
chopper.
place. I would like to help on this by giving guidance on where
you.
it
That-
is, you know?
Yeah.
Let's see, that is does brainy count in a brainy roll? Yeah, cool.
I think so.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's a natural 4, but
Okay.
plus a 2, which is a 6, plus 1, 7, and
And then help from
then
at
a
least one
help
other
is an
gear.
8.
Yay!
Yep. Awesome. So there's a couple of dock workers who are sitting behind a desk. One of them is on the phone, going, "A helicopter? Are you? I mean, no, I'm not doubting you, but a helicopter? Are you sure? Okay, all right, we'll look into it." And just like, beep on the phone, and then there is an almighty crash as part of the ceiling falls in, with the rotor blades still going and tearing up random bits of roof. And they basically, the two dock workers like hit the deck, and
We're in.
don't really emerge anytime soon. You now have a convenience, as the chopper just with the blades just keeps kind of getting jammed, and just things are happening. Some of them there's a lot of screaming. You can hear Keas and other birds all screaming, but the Keas, of course, you know this call. Now every Keas knows a number of calls. There's the play call, which the humans know about. And then there's the riot call, which the humans will
Yes.
soon know about. And it is the riot call that is going up from the aviaries and from inside the buildings. So you now have a convenient hole to jump into that admin building if you would like to. What's
Yeah.
left of it anyway.
I'm just still dangling on the cord right above the humans,
Yeah.
looking down at them.
Absolutely. Well,
Where's Jeff?
I hadn't. Let's split up and get everyone out.
Look for clues. Yes.
Alright, let's just break open everything.
Awesome.
I'm
Okay.
still shoving snacks out of the door of the chopper.
Taking them with you. Okay, so we're going to go around and everyone is going to do something amazing, chaotic, awesome, hilarious, or horrifying. And we're going to go from there. So let's start with Flapp. What are you doing?
Well, after I've shoved as much of the noms out of the chopper as I can, I'm gonna make for the some of the younger staff, the people who are not really wanting to be here, I know they hide the good stuff, where they hide the stuff that makes you feel whee.
Oh, I see. I see. Okay, so you're looking probably for not so much a cupboard as a stash. It's kind of where we're going, and you're sort of following your nose. So I'm going to say, what do you think is like the right stat for this?
The right stat? That would probably be my stoner stat, wouldn't it?
Stoner will definitely give you a bonus to this.
Yeah.
It's really not a bird thing. This is probably a cheek thing, I think.
Oh, thank God, I've got 2 in cheek.
Oh, good. There we go then. So roll a cheek for me, because you are basically hunting down someone else's stash, and that is the height of rudeness.
6 plus 2 equals 8 plus 1 because stoner, so 9.
Okay,
so
awesome.
close.
So you managed to find it's quite ingeniously hidden actually. There's some curtains
That's because you
instead of
got so
blinds
high.
down the
I will be
wall.
soon.
Yep, and folded into the hem of the curtains, you're just like. Now tell me how you just, how you defeat the guardian of the stash and take it for yourself.
Oh, the guardian of the stash is the poor idiot
I would
dude
just like
who's there?
to, sorry, interrupt slightly. We've just had a $20 donation, and Dixon
Ooh.
has requested that the sprinklers go
Yeah.
off and drench us all.
We've got to interrupt.
Okay, so we'll
And,
have to look for a
and he said
second.
the sprinklers go off and drench.
Okay. So
Yeah.
first of all, it's not just the sprinklers. Because at this point, you have crashed a helicopter into this building. Every alarm that is capable of going off is going off. So, and one of them is actually kind of fun to scream back at. So, Flapp, we'll do your achievement, your acquisition of the stash, and then we will hit the sprinklers. So we'll have like the slow motion, like in the rain kind of scene.
We'll do like this little face off where we both go to the same way to pass each other, like a little sumo wrestling move, and then I'll cough up some scroggin on his shoe, and it'll gross him out, and he'll just run away.
So there's like a human in this sort of area that you found, and clearly doesn't know what to do. But with a Keas apparently just appearing down the hall, and so you do that whole like sidestep, and he like takes a leap to try and catch you, and you just run between his legs.
Sure.
Yep. Okay. So, yep. And as you are ripping open the curtain with your ill-gotten gains, and it's just you are a bird that likes to eat your greens. And as you do, you're not sure if it's just, like divine intervention or maybe just really, really good weed. But suddenly it's raining, but it's raining indoors.
Oh, that feels
and as these
good,
drops,
man.
slow motion drop, we hear this like, have you ever seen the rain coming down the hoodie? And that's our music for this scene as you are honestly rapidly getting out of your mind. Okay, now let's go to Suzy K. What are you doing? So what is Suzy K doing?
Let's see. Although I may have to go to a different building, I'd like to fly away, and then I'd like to attempt to find some aviaries or cages and release some of our fellow Keas to
absolutely
initiate more of the riot.
I was wanting to use Bird to call out and try and track down where they are.
Okay, so do you want to do that first, and that can act as helping?
For Jeff. Yeah.
Okay, so go Bird.
Yeah. Right. That is a natural 10 for a total of 12.
All right. So, what code language have you and Jeff created so that you can communicate with each other?
I want to say freestyle rap, but then you might make me.
Oh my god! Yes, yes, do it, and I will give you a reroll if you want it.
Okay, is someone going to drop a beat, or am I doing it a cappella?
Yeah. Just remember, everyone's wet.
Yep. Will be soon. So, all right. So everyone add something
it's
to the
New
beat.
Caribbean. I've just come here in a helicopter. It's already gone wrong. Jeff!
Ben!
Yeah!
Ben!
Yeah! It's me!
Ben?
Yeah,
it's
Caribbean! Yeah!
Caribbean?
Absolutely!
You sure this time? Because the last time I think I ate something bad.
Oh, I just got that pun. Caribbean for climbing. I just got the Caribbean.
Oh, that's not what I was going for. Because
okay.
we stole a helicopter. It was our ship. We are the parrots of the Caribbean.
The parrots of the Caribbean.
With one who walks wobbly.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right,
so it's me. We were talking on the thing.
Were we?
Yeah. That was you, wasn't it? It was all like answer.
I mean, that does sound like me, but I mean, I don't see a thing.
I don't know.
Anyway,
you want to get out?
Yeah, of course. It's like the big wonky smelly cage room.
Oh, right.
You know, where they mop it every 5 minutes?
Yeah. I wonder why they do that.
You know where that is. Like,
Okay.
it's kind of
Yeah.
a building that's connected to this one.
Susie, come with me. I know where we're going.
All
All
right.
right, let's go.
Okay, so
Let's go.
you, is
But
everyone
we
going with
don't
them?
know where we've been. No, can't say.
All right. So as the sprinklers fall and various klaxons are sounding, and occasionally humans are running in different directions, you make your way down a corridor, and into and through a door, and it's just a room that is lined with cages. It's got tables and all kinds of weird stuff in the center, and it smells disgusting, like disinfectant. Just there's actually a human mopping it right now. And the human looks up and sees you. It sort of like immediately turns, like with the mop pointed at you, like like in defense. What are we doing?
That's not going to work.
I'm already charging. Susie, you get Jeff out. And I will swoop. And
All right. So yeah. All right. This is definitely a
Swoop.
let's go. And I'm
Yeah,
thinking
let's
probably
go.
it's probably going to be a bird for swooping.
Yep. that's a 6.
Oh,
Okay.
Do you have a
Yeah.
plus?
Not great.
Do you want to
That's
reroll?
a 3 plus 3.
Oh.
If we've got some rerolls, yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
we've
go
got
for-
3
I'll go for
rerolls
one of them.
left. So
Rerolls.
Okay,
Let's do
cool.
it.
Let's do that. That is a 9 total.
Oh damn.
Wow.
Okay. So what matrix moves do you do to this mop wielding human?
As I yell out to Susie, get in there, get Jeff. I fly corkscrews around the mop as it waves at me and get right
Okay.
in there.
So you just basically leap and land on the mop and
Yeah.
run right up to this terrified
Yeah,
human's
round in
face.
circles as well, so that they
Yep,
can't figure
yep.
out which way I'm going.
Yep,
And
cool.
yeah, as I leap from the broom handle to their face, we both go over backwards. Them
Yep.
going backwards, I'm going forwards still with
Yep.
great velocity.
Awesome.
A little bit of spittle.
Yep. It's hard to tell in that. So basically, you effectively kind of headbutt this human flat to
Yeah.
their back. And so Abby, now is Manaia along for the ride on this, or are you going your own way?
Well, I heard that there's a place called the Staff Room. I've heard of it, and it's full of. Well, you think I'd go there for the food, but I know that there are often magazines, and the magazines have like auto mags, and they've got like pictures of cars and stuff and how they work and stuff. And I'm an auto wrecker, so I quite like those.
So you're going
magazines.
hunting for the staff room
we
of
do need
lore?
someone to find the staff room.
Yeah, so I'm going to look for the staff room, and I know I can find it because. No, I don't know. I've got no brains at all, really.
All right. So
Why don't you
give
roll
me-
for it?
Yep.
But I'm thinking that anything could happen if I roll this recently
Yeah.
clean die.
Go for it.
That's a 5. I'm so excited because 5 is like halfway there, and if I add my brains of 0
Yep.
and a reroll, I might be able
and
to
the
find it.
reroll. You want to reroll? Sure.
Why not?
Yeah.
We're coming to the crunch. We're coming to the crunch,
Use
guys.
them.
So here we go. And I'm going. It's a 7. A
Woo.
7 plus
7.
0, but
Yep.
a whole lot. Like I can feel the pressure here. I've got
Yep.
to find it. Got to find it. Got to find it. I must be
So-
going in the right direction.
So I feel like it's one of those Scooby-Doo scenes where it's like a corridor and you just see them crossing over at different times, and the sprinklers are going, and there's random dock staff just everywhere. I mean, there's not a lot of point really having the dock clock at this point because you just went to them, so they definitely know you're there. Their travel time has been somewhat reduced.
I just like
but
the
yeah.
idea of me hanging from the ceiling and
Yep.
just dunk 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 as I'm running around underneath. And it's sort of
Yep, I can totally see that. And there's a few false starts and a few times where you have to like throw a rock, which is just conveniently there to distract them.
Yeah.
But you do find your way to a door.
well, there are those little things on the backs of doors. If you look at the bottom of the door, there's a little knob, and you can pull it off with your beak, and you can
Yep.
throw them around. It's kind of handy.
Yep. So, and behind this door, you can sort of just see a little bit of light coming out. And there's that, there's sort of that chorus of
Fluorescent?
angels in the background.
Fluorescent light.
Yes.
Fluorescent light. Oh.
Yep. The most
That's
human
tubular.
of all lights.
Tubular.
All right. So if you just push the door open and there's no one in there, it's empty. There is a table. There is a fridge. There is a stack of magazines, and there is a big black thing with a glass window, and beyond the behind the glass, you can see packets and packets and packets of things that are delicious. There's even bottles of things.
Okay, I'm just trying to contain my excitement. I look at the
So
food
as you are staring in awe, we will go back to the release
and leap
efforts.
towards the magazines.
Yep. So in mid-leap, we cut to the rescue efforts. Bean, you have a human flat on their back. They're not happy about this, and they're trying to remove you. Suzy K, you have the run of the room with all these cages.
Alright.
And
There are priority.
Yep, there are many birds in them. So are you going to you're just going to free them?
Yep.
Yep, awesome.
Yep.
So give me. Is there going to be
Unless there are any Kiruru in here, then they can stay.
There are a few Kereru. They give you like the bird equivalent of the finger as you go past. But yeah, you leave them, and yeah. So this is going to be either a brains or a beak roll to get these cages open.
Oh, brains is a little bit better.
Oh dear.
Am I able to use my brainy bird on this?
I think so.
Then that is a 7 total.
Okay,
So
so
just-
you realise that these cages can be opened individually, but they also have effectively an automatic lock, and it's just a magnet rod. So you just look around. Oh, there's a button, and jump on it,
There we go.
all the cages open. And so, which includes the Kereru, it includes like the Moorpork, who really doesn't want to be awake at this time of day. It includes, a whole bunch of birds, and basically the room just erupts in birds that are, some birds that are capable of flying, some that probably should stay here for a little bit, but the ones that are ready to go are definitely there. There's just a hurricane of birds right now.
Party in the staff room!
Yeah, a lot of.
Oh, I know what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
I'm putting it in here so not to distract anyone. So you'll know what I mean. There's always one in the staff room.
All right, so now we're going to go up to Flapp.
And it's from the 80s too. It's still there from the 80s.
Yeah. All right, so now we're going to go back up to Flapp. You are enjoying the buzz, but you do hear the cacophony as party in the staff room, woo! As a whole bunch of birds start loose in this building.
Sweet. I've been rolling around like a cat in nip.
Yeah.
And I kind of toddle off yeah, party. Hope there's snacks. Waddle my way off.
So we'll say there's a few false starts, but you get to the staff room and you see the vending machine. And it's just there's a column of light over it, because that's one of the holes that you put in the roof. So interestingly enough, because you busted up the roof, it's not raining on the vending machine. It's raining on everything else, which has a roof over it.
Wet
because Keas makes
magazines.
sense.
Magazines, yeah.
Yep, the magazines are getting very wet. Yes,
I
But
can
there
put
is
them
quite a
under the
pile of them.
table and I can read them there.
That's true. I'm sure you know how to read.
I just look at the pictures.
That's fair. Okay, so
That's why
Bean,
they're
you are
wet, right?
reunited with Jeff, And to be perfectly honest, not your favorite cousin.
No.
Like, I mean, the cousin that kind of like the suck up cousin who kind of gets who's definitely involved in trouble, but is just like always make sure that it's someone else who gets in trouble. Either way, Jeff is here along with a bunch of other Keas, some Tui. You really want to stay away from the Tui though. They tend to they'll cut you. Like they are just aggro.
That's how I got the scar.
They're bad drunks.
Yep. So is everybody heading for the staff room?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So there's just like this wall of birds heading for the staff room, and you arrive, and basically, so before Doc gets their shit together and starts like capturing you in various states of food coma and inebriation, I need a final scene from each person. So what are you doing? What is your high moment at the end of this adventure? Let's start with Suzy K.
Ding.
I think I know that often they have this like big metal cold box that tends to have good things in it. So I'm trying my best and rallying some other Keas to try and get into that, and then also strip off all of the nice soft plastic as well.
Yeah. So you're taking apart the fridge, and inside you find sandwiches. And there's some kind of cake, and then there's some other kind of things that are less interesting. There's a salad, but there's grapes. But basically there's like a cheer as the door is wedged open, and just all the food comes out. And what food do you finish with your in your moment of triumph?
Yeah, we're gonna go for that cake.
Yeah.
We've earned this.
Like face first into the cake.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, so final scene, face first into the cake with a freeze frame when you pull your head back up and it's just cake everywhere. Okay, so Flapp, what is your final scene in this absolute rager of a party in what was once known as the boring place?
Okay, Flapp's managed to climb into the vending machine through the the output bit.
Yep.
And has climbed up to find a can of Coke, and they've punctured a hole at the bottom on the side there, and they're just doing like that flash dance scene, whatever it is, with the water coming down, but it's Coke.
Oh, you're just happy at this point.
So happy.
I was getting a totally different movie reference from that. I was totally getting what is it, Augustus from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Okay, whichever
Stuck
works.
in a tube of heaven.
Yep. So you're just grooving in your own little world that's full of
Coca-Cola.
Coke.
It's
Yep,
raining
I like
Coke.
it.
Yeah.
All right. So now, Bean, what are you doing?
I'd party for a bit, and then I would sneak off back to the Averys, and I'd find some care to do.
Yeah.
And I'd say, tell Polly I'm sorry, and I'll let them out.
Oh. And they all they shuffle past you, and then one's like, "Sucker!" and they just fly off.
That was Polly's brother.
Polly has a lot of brothers.
Yeah, but
Honestly,
she'll
you're
hear.
starting to have some questions about that family.
They'll be all like,
Some.
she said, tell her that you're sorry, and then we just escaped. And
Yeah,
she'll
pretty
find out
much.
anyway.
Yeah, I mean, Polly's brothers are not the brains of the outfit.
Fine.
Yeah, so
They
you're
never put that
there.
together.
Yeah,
And
so
what
you're like
does?
there, watching them fly away, and you're just like, like they're just like you've got like a Mars
Yeah.
bar or something, and you're just like, oh.
And then I lean over to the cage next to me. How you doing?
And it is a kakapo.
Oh, nice.
And a kakapo sort of looks at you with those big eyebrows and just kind of fade to black. All right, now what is Manaia doing?
Manaia has found a harmonica sitting there, and it's decided that Manaia is going to learn how to play. And it's raining, so why not?
So as the camera draws back with the harmonica playing, the wet magazine, the crash stopper, smoke everywhere, and we
So
fade
down.
out. And we fade out. And
It's a
that was
hootenanny.
Keas, Mountain Trolls. What did we think?
Fantastic.
Very fun.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
No,
Oh, dear.
that's cool because I was actually worried that you weren't going to end up stealing a vehicle because it's tradition.
We're kind of on the spot here because we had so much fun. It's difficult to answer any sort of survey. Plus, I don't think I could. My brains is not adequate. But I'd like to say my first time as a Keas, and I've been role playing a while, and I've never played Keas before. I enjoyed it immensely. So thank you so
That's
much.
awesome.
Ngā mihi nui.
Yeah. That's a wonderfully easy system.
Yep.
The rules looking great. Can't wait till everyone else gets to see them. And as someone with past experience playing a Kiruru as a character, it was nice to try, to spread my
Catharsis.
wings, as it were.
Spread your
and-
wings, yeah. Branch out.
Yeah. Down the tea. It's horrible.
Okay, so Sarah, do we know how much we raised for Bird Rescue?
It looks like 75 American dollars.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey,
really
I'd just
good.
like to thank Dixon for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Amazing.
That is awesome.
Dixon, and also $5 from Trogs. Thank you, Trogs.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yes, thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, Dixon. Like, honestly, there will be, to give you an idea, like one of the birds that I rescued before I had the net was a duck who was stuck in a pond, and some of you might have heard this story. Either way, I found out that New Zealand has leeches and have carried a net instead ever since. Last I heard, that duck was crashing meetings and things like that. So that's the kind of recovery that we're trying to fund.
That's ducked up.
All right. So Darcy, do you want to go through your links, credentials,
Ah,
etc.?
Yeah, actually, I'm up there as Star Hat Miniatures, but they won't see that. You can just Google Star Hat Miniatures, and there's lots of stuff going on at the moment. I just had some really cool news. I've got a game called Duck Quest, and the map for Duck Quest has been nominated for an Emmy.
That's awesome.
Nice.
It's insane. So yeah, I got a call from Janelle Jaquays, a friend in the States, said, "Hey, did you know you're been nominated for an Emmy?" And Emmys, for anyone who knows, are a RPG award that's been around since about 2001. So they're pretty cool.
Nice. Congratulations.
So yeah, it's pretty
Congrats.
cool. It's a cool map. You can get it free at starhatminiatures.com, and you can decide for yourself wherever it
Fair.
deserves that. But it's the only one from New Zealand, so
Patriotism.
woohoo! Go
All
out
right.
to Roa.
All right, Abby. Anything you want
Uh,
to share, promote, etc.?
I am Andromeda 183 on a bunch of places, sometimes 1835 if 183 was taken. I don't do a lot, but I am trying to get up and running with dice making, so that will be on my socials at
Sweet.
some point.
I can't wait to see how that goes.
Yeah.
Sammy.
Hey, it's me, Sammy D. I am a variety streamer on Twitch. I play video games and paint miniatures and run role-playing games now because that's super fun, and try and get involved in lots of things. I am part of the SN charity and have been for 3 years, going for my session 8 hat trick. Yay. You can find me on the links, which hopefully have been checked up in there. Yeah, that's my link tree. I'm in there a lot.
Awesome.
I do lots of stuff. Yeah, that's what I do.
Fair enough.
ADHD, probably. I don't know.
I mean, yes, me too.
Yeah.
With our community, though, I'm pretty sure like the majority of us are neurodivergent in some way.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Love that for
so
us.
they can be found via Wayward Masquerade on everywhere. and RPG Alley also on Facebook and Instagram. And yeah, we'll get that out as soon as we possibly can. So, Sarah, do you want to do the outro type thing? What's the protocol here?
Well, the outro is basically we'll just wave at the screen awkwardly while I find the correct button to end this. But
All right, cue awkward wave in 3, 2, 1.
Jump again.
bye. Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you for watching.
Bye. Thank
See
you.
ya.
Hydrate, stretch, take your meds. Don't forget to love yourself.
Bye.
Oh,